folks, and welcome to two very tired parents. Hello, folks, and welcome to Around Our World in 80, where you have two very tired parents. It's been a long day.
Try again.
So we're talking about our experience at Geowoodstock. Geowoodstock.
Oh, yeah, that one.
For all of y'all that don't know, let's recap. Geocaching is a sport where you basically take a GPS device of some kind, whether it's an actual GPS or your phone, and you download the app and get coordinates for things that people have hidden around your city, and most of the time in the woods.
You look for Tupperware in the woods using multi-million-dollar satellites.
Yes, that's basically what it is. But it's a worldwide scavenger hunt, and it's pretty amazing when you download the app for the first time and pull up all the geocaches that are closest to you. Like, it's staggering how many are close to you. I think they got to 2 million.
I think they're above 3 now.
They're above 3 million high. And they have hosted something for the last 17 years called Geowoodstock. And it's basically a giant gathering of geocachers from mostly North America, but honestly everywhere around the world. And we've been trying to go for the last couple of years. But if you remember, 2 years ago, I was pregnant. And a year ago, I had a 3-month-old. No, 6-month-old at this point. And so trying to get to long distance places to go geocaching was not necessarily something that we were willing to put forth effort for. But we found out that Geowoodstock was actually happening this year in Fort Worth, literally a 20-minute drive from our house.
Yep.
So we both looked at each other and we said, we have to go. And I loved it.
It was a lot of fun.
So there were several different things going on. They have events basically from Thursday through Sunday.
It was Monday to Monday.
But on Thursday, I know one of the official ones was they actually had, you could go do a ride in a race car around the racetrack that's right up here next to our house. We did not get to go to that, unfortunately.
It was expensive.
Yeah. And then another event that they had was they had kind of like a midnight party down in the downtown Fort Worth area and did a flash mob. But then the big event was on Saturday. So that Saturday we woke up and we did a bunch of...
We woke up, put our feet on the floor.
Oh my God.
I went to the restroom.
TMI. No, but there are actually these things called lab caches, and usually when you have a geocache, there's a physical container that you're looking for, but lab caches are basically like temporary
adventure or experience type.
Right, and so you're going to a location
caches.
And you're looking for something that's already there. So say it's a sculpture or it's a shop or painting, something like that. And then there's usually a question that pertains to that particular location that you have to answer in that location. And so we did one of those during the morning, drove around downtown Fort Worth. We found a bunch of stuff that we had never seen before.
Didn't know it was there.
Yeah. Which is the purpose. And then after that, we went to the official event, which was being held at the, the Will
Rogers Memorial.
Thank you.
Center.
My brain is tired. Which is also where they hold the rodeo. Jared was very excited to see the rodeo.
Not Coliseum. The arena.
Yes.
One of the arenas for the rodeo. It wasn't the Stockyard Rodeo one.
Correct. But that was cool. And then we saw some vendors. We purchased a couple of supplies so that we can create and hide a couple more geocaches as a family this summer. Then we were waiting for the panels, didn't get to do the panel. And so we went and we did some virtuals and a multi-stage cache around the Fort Worth Nature Science History.
The Museum of History and Natural Science.
That one. And they had the splash pad open, so Reagan got to run around and splash around. There was a lot of geocachers out there, so there was actually a line to sign the log for the multi-cache, which is something that you really only find at Geowoodstock.
At big events.
Big events. Yeah. And then we waited for a raffle. Didn't get the raffle.
Didn't win the raffle.
Didn't win. And then we got to our car before the parking attendant could put a ticket on it.
Yeah. Our parking, it had expired like 5 minutes prior.
Yeah.
And they were making their way up the row.
Yeah.
And we jumped in, threw our stuff in the back of the truck, and like, see ya. About 2 cars down.
Yeah. Then we went to Texas Wesleyan University, where they were hosting the Geo Maze, I believe is what it was called, which is another lab cache adventure. And they had it set up so you could like learn the history of civilians being able to use GPS. You were able to see the history of geocaching itself. There were some questions about like poisonous animals that you might encounter while hiking through the woods, different types of caches, some of the loneliest caches. What else was in there? Night caches.
Yeah, it was just a general overview of kind of the entirety of the sport, if you will. And then outside they had some really cool exhibits. They had the toilet seat museum that some guy started, which the toilet seat is the logbook.
Yeah.
Which was funny. They had a gadget cache from probably the world's most famous gadget cache maker there that travels around with this event all the time. They had some other ones that were there that people had made for the event. There was Giant Plinko, that was kind of fun.
That was fun. They had a little stand, and it was how many geocaches are hidden in plain sight on this one pole. And so we got to poke around and try our best at that.
Yeah.
It was really fun though. And yes, we headed home. We went and got tacos because it's Texas. And who doesn't want tacos after a long day running around? And then we went home. So overall, what did you think, and would you go again?
It was fun. I always enjoy seeing all the different doodads and stuff. I tend to be more of a shopper than you are, so I enjoy looking at things even if I'm not going to buy them.
Yeah.
And then having made interesting hides and stuff before where, you know, used items not as they were originally intended or whatever, seeing some of these stuff that people had there for sale gave me a lot of ideas. So I like going to events like that. I wouldn't travel across the world to go to it or anything, but if it comes to town or somewhere within easy driving distance or whatever, yeah, I'd go again.
I think what we said was we would be more interested, at least from my perspective, I would be more interested in going if it was in a really interesting location that I would want to explore, other than just Geowoodstock, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like if it, like I've actually thought about like going to Seattle. Like I don't think I've been to Seattle, and if I have, it has been a very long time.
We've flown into Seattle, but we haven't stayed.
But just like going and exploring that, and if there happened to be an event there that was geocaching related, then I would go. But I wouldn't make it like the focal point of my trip, if that makes sense.
Lucky for you, next year is Vancouver.
Which I actually would be interested in going to.
Just north of Seattle.
Yep. So that was kind of our thoughts on it, but we had fun. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to get into geocaching, all you got to do is download the app. I'll put the link in the description so that it's easy to find. Have a great week. Bye.